Kip, I'm not even live yet. What the heck? Thank Jeff. What the fucking fuck, dude? Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much, Kip. That hit the goal. Oh my god, we did. It's awesome. Thank you. Holy shit. I'm gonna start a new one. Oh yeah, all my goals are like fucking hit right now. Start a new goal. Ah, you made me have to start a new goal, Kip. That's all you. Do a follower. Oh no, you know what? We're not quite at the follower one yet. Give me a couple more minutes to set up. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing tonight, by the way. If anybody thinks I have any idea what I'm doing, I do not. I have bad news. I don't have an inkling of a plan for tonight. All I know is I have White Claw. I have 2 hours, basically, almost an hour and a half, more like an hour and a half, because I gotta doing like an offline session with a potential collab party at 9. Um, and well, I don't know. We're just gonna hang out, see who comes by. I think I might start watching the Skibidi episodes. I'm not joking. I wish I was. Actually, what the fuck am I kidding? No, I don't. I love that I'm watching these. We'll break down the lore. I might cry. Share enough? What year is it? Where am I? Also, hi, welcome to stream. Hopefully audio and everything is good. I don't know why I was so fucked yesterday. Like, Discord audio was so fucked. Honestly, my microphone audio is a little fucked too. I'm only going to yellow. Turn it up a tiny bit. There we go. Well, you got some 20 subs. Thanks, Kip. You did it. How's your night going, Kip? Going good? Have a good day. I don't think I've relaxed for more than like 5 minutes today. Why is my mic so quiet? Not how this shit goes. Why Windows? Why? You change the levels again? There we go, huh? Better. Okay. Goob, have a good day. Thank you, Chab. Have a good day. And a good day to you. I can only have 2 of these because we're watching our calories. I don't want to get bloated. I got a wedding to go to tomorrow. That's what I was doing right before stream. I was looking for pictures. They're doing like a scrapbook activity at this wedding. And of course, right when you need pictures for something, I can't fucking find any. I know I have a million pictures with this person, but I can only find like 10 so far. I'm digging through all my shit. I feel like this camera's not focusing well. You're crazy? Does it have autofocus on? Why? Hold on. Yeah, right? It's very cute. Toot, even, one might say. Can I turn that off? Low light compensation, get rid of that. Exposure, no, it's fine. Brightness contrast. Make it a little bit sharper, sure. Oh my god, what is happening? I feel like Discord or OBS is gonna crash again. It like is flashing black when I like mess with certain settings. It looks fine. It'll do. This is updating, right? This shit at the bottom. Everything wants to break on me, so make sure. I mean, double check. Oh yeah, I see Kip right there. Huge. My camera quality does not look that good. I feel like this camera should be better. It's like a $200 camera. Whatever. Alright, let me shoot this shit for like 10 more minutes, then we're gonna get into watching Skibidi. I don't know why I keep wanting to say I wish I was kidding. I definitely don't. No, OBS be nice? Nah. I mean, I'm overloading it right now. It's probably what's happening. I embedded all the things you need. I mean, Kip, you know. There's like certain web pages you need to keep open. Certain pages you need to keep open while you're streaming for like the browser sources to work and shit like that. I embedded most of those pages into OBS now. So it's just all in one program. But it's like putting all your eggs in one basket becomes a real heavy basket. Could cause issues. We'll see. But another good news, I have finally, and like the first time in years, it feels like, and I don't know why I say it feels like, because it is, I have excess money to burn. I have gotten like a paycheck from 2 different jobs plus commissions all around the same time. Kill on RAM and CPU. Yeah. Yeah, let me see what it's burning right now. Yeah, my CPU is fine. I just need to clear some shit out. My C drive is like 98% full. RAM it's using like 50%. It could be worse. Depends on the game you play. Why did that happen? There we go. But yeah, I have excess money to burn for like the first time in so long. So I think I might get some Commissioner 2 done on my character. Get some more ideas for how I can update him. I feel like he doesn't translate well to emotes, and I gotta work on that while I'm like getting back up to speed with drawing. I have to do that. I haven't been doing that at all, and I'm meant to do that on Sunday. We'll see if that actually happens. I have to do a million things. I got to figure out more fun redeems. I got Tangia set up. I don't know if you can see it below the video. It'll be, you scroll down a bit. It's right below like the throne shit. It's at the bottom. It's the orange. Set up some fun ones, but you got to use biddies. At least for now. Probably switch them to channel points at some point. But what was I gonna say? Shit. Full blanked out. But yeah. We're gonna spend some money on shit. Might get some more RAM. I gotta figure out what my RAM is so I can get the same RAM. Apparently. Maybe get some repairs on my car. Feels nice. Is this what it's been like for other people for like the last 5 years? I used to have excess money to burn, but I just didn't for a long time. I say that, but I'm like still like buying lean cuisines to diet instead of like fucking Fact or anything. I was raised to be frugal. I don't think it's gonna change. Good song. I wonder if it's a little too quiet. I mean, that's just me. I had a weird lean cuisine. It's like it's just like a cheapo low cal meal. It's a bunch of different low cal meals. They're like the like most well known brand has no monies. Gotcha. They're like the Kroger brand, like health food. They're like 300 calories each time. So I have like, if I'm really honest, if I'm really honest, I have like 2 of those a day, and then I'm golden on food, which is not the best, and I wouldn't recommend it. It is 600 calories I'm eating, but honestly, I have not been all that hungry. I have a bet I want to win. And to be fair, I had like a Jimmy John sandwich today, and I'm having these, so that balances it out more. That's probably more like 1,500 by the end of everything. Yeah, it's hot. Oh man, I feel like I haven't gotten like a chance to like exist today. It's just been a really busy day at work, and then I went to the store and I picked up my dry cleaning for this wedding tomorrow. I went to the grocery store and I was like, you know what I deserve? Booze. And I bought a big old thing of White Claw because they're 100 calories a piece. Ooh, hi Storms, how you doing? Welcome to maybe the least planned stream I've ever done. I'm just gonna shoot the shit for like 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna watch Skibidi Toilet for an hour. No, that's not a joke. You plan streams? You know, I try a little bit. I'd love to start planning it more in 2025. I feel like figuring out what your unique thing is on any content platform is really tough. And I feel like a lot of that comes from, I think you just have to throw shit at the wall until something sticks. Let me just clean my glasses like a fucking grandpa. I usually dive in head first. Mine's definitely a blend of that most of the time. I like have a little idea and then I like work on it last minute, and then I get it to somewhat work and then just kind of say fuck it, we ball. So I feel you. If I wasn't the type of person to allow myself to dive in first nowadays, I would have never started streaming. I held myself off of streaming for, I think, I did it in college for a couple months. I think I was around 18, 19 then. And then I started again when I was 30. Ooh, thanks for the brain juice, Lance. Only time I plan is when somebody invites me to a collab. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do that. I'll be honest, when I do collabs, other than like I've started scheduling vibe checks before collabs so we can make sure everything works and also that we vibe together. I really tried not to think too much about the collab. I want to go in like head empty, just ready to riff. Because I feel like that's me at my best when I'm in collabs. But, you know, whatever works for everybody else. And I don't know if anybody else does this. I tend to, if I'm going to do a collab and I want to make sure I'm really funny, I will try and make time before the collab starts to watch like some videos of some of my favorite creators. Like I'll put on a Ray Narvaez Jr. fucking clip compilation right before collab and be like, haha, he's funny. Okay, me too. Time to be me too. And then we go into it. Had so much fun during lockdown protocol. God, I forgot. That one, I still need to clip that VOD. That was really fun. That was probably one of the most fun collabs I've ever had. You were great. Everybody was great. I really need to clip my own stuff more. The problem is I'm clipping for 3 different people right now. Technically 4 with this one collab, or with this one commission I'm doing. So it's hard to justify collabing my own or clipping my own stuff when I'm technically getting money by clipping others. But, you know, I find time. I just need to get back on that. So one of my goals for 2025. Here, I can actually probably show up. I need to start doing this more too. It's showing my shit on screen. Let's see. I've already retweeted way too much shit, and it's like buried down here. There we go. See here. So, I set some goals for 2025, right? Yeah. Oh, mirrored camera. It's not many. I just have 4 right now. Lose at least 40 pounds. I'm 246 right now. So I want to be 200 by the end of 2025. And I think I can do it. Grow pretty much double in size, which is ambitious. But I think if I get back on the grind and I make sure to keep reaching out to new people and collabing, I think it's possible. I want to go to a con because I feel like I missed the opportunity to go to cons when I was younger. I like went to a couple when I was like 16. Because a friend of the sister of a friend is a very, very famous cosplayer. And we went to a couple with her. But then I like never went to any cons again. One, because I didn't have any money to spend at them for the most part, most of my life. And two, just because I just didn't go. I also got into like frat life and like partying in college, and like cons were not at like the forefront of my mind. So I want to start going to cons again, especially when you're like trying to meet a bunch of new people online, and then you have a place to like meet them in person and like become like, you know, flesh and blood friends with them. And then this one, the last one's pretty easy. It's just get back on the TikTok grind. I was uploading for like twice a week at least. I think I was trying to do every 2 days back in September, and then nothing for the last 2 months. I need to get back on it. I mean, it's just good for growth. I don't think we'll see what happens to TikTok at the end of this month. Excuse me. But for now, I'm gonna keep at least YouTube Shorts. Because it's just good for growth. It just is. I miss cons. Crowds are scary though. Crowds are scary, and I feel like COVID kind of made crowds scarier, right? More than they ever were before. How I think I would do at cons nowadays, because I am the type of person who is too polite or too socially conscious. I want to make sure everybody's vibing well at all times. And that usually means like I'm not going to disturb you unless you make it clear that that's okay. So like I've never tried to hit on a woman in a bar that I didn't already know. I've never like started a conversation with a random person at the gym. Actually, except for one time, because there's these two guys in like their mid-20s talking about One Piece after Gear 5 was like shown, the anime episode. And I was with the two friends, and I was like, excuse me guys, I just have to go say something real quick. I go over to these two guys, I'm like, hey, I was overhearing your conversation while I was doing my set. Are you guys talking about One Piece? And they just like start beaming. They start going into like how cool Gear 5 is and shit. And I like come over there excited to be the super nerd, and they nerd out harder than me. And I just stand there smiling, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. I'm glad I did this. And then I walked away. But other than that, I like never engage with people in public that I don't know. But I think now at cons I could. I think now give me a couple more weeks and I'll get back to my normal confidence. But I think now I could. Because you're there to meet people, right? Like I know that's kind of what bars are, but at the same time a lot of people go to bars not to meet people, just to drink or just to be with their friends. So there's enough of like a melting pot of different people that like I don't feel comfortable like talking to random strangers at bars unless they talk to me first. But at a con, I feel like most people are there to like talk about the shit they love, meet new people, and hang out with their friends. I feel like meet new people is like always on the back burner at cons, if that makes sense. So that's why I want to go to them. And it'll give me an excuse to meet some people I talk to online in person, because I'd love to do that. Let's be real. If I keep these fitness goals up, I get to look good in public, and that's always a bonus. But oh god, we're already at half an hour. What time is it? 7:30. It might be time to get into Skibidi, folks. If I can only go to about 8:45, which is about an hour and 15 minutes, it might be time to get into Skibidi. Let me just message this person real quick. There we go. Bro, I get nervous to meet up with my own friends. I go for shinies, merch, and stuff. I avoid people's. Yeah, but if you knew like one of your friends that you met online, Kip, was like gonna be at that con, and they like came up to you and talked to you, wouldn't you be excited? I mean, Lance, I know that about you. I get the same thing. I mean, for our friends grad school grad party, like I was nervous walking in the door, but that was just because it was a bunch of his family and I haven't seen people in a while. It happens. It's all about knowing being you're nervous and if you want to push past it, choosing to push past it. And just like thinking to yourself that like people are in no way overthinking as much as you are. It's scary. It is scary. But 90% of the time, and I speak from experience, like people aren't overthinking nearly as much as you are. And then when you do actually talk to the people, like it's almost always a net positive, if not at worst and at worst, like a slight net negative. So it's almost always worth it. It's just hard. I get it. I'm not gonna force anybody to do it, but I will hold myself to a different standard than like I hold other people to. Like I talk to friends about how like after streams I like tend to grade myself on like what I could have done better. They're like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's like such a bad habit." And I'm like, "No, I think it's okay actually, because I want to improve. I think it's okay to like be aware of what you do well and what you don't do well, and work on trying to improve that. I know it can be kind of like toxic to a certain point, but I think everybody is their own judge of what is too toxic to them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people treat themselves like shit when they're like trying to get themselves to work out. And a lot of people would say that's unhealthy, but if it works for that person and they're not like internalizing the shitty stuff they say to themselves, then that's fine. You know? That's like something that's very individually defined. So I'm like very critical of myself. But not like, saying in my head I hate myself or anything. It's just like, oh, I could have done that better. And I should do that better. Like I didn't used to feel like this making content. I've been making content technically since 2011. And that's not a joke. Made a lot of it in high school. All of those videos are privated because I'm sure I said shit that was okay for the time and is not okay now in it. Yeah, it's a good idea as long as you don't go too far. Yeah. I mean, that's why everybody should be in therapy, right? Therapists would be able to tell you if you're going too far, but you can also be self-aware of that too. It's just harder. I miss the vlogs. Shut the fuck up. That was so revealing. I used to do these vlogs in high school. I think we had one where it was hold on one second. So I had one where did like back when Epic Mealtime was huge, like huge, like thick, nasty, huge. We did like a vlog of making a Triforce out of hamburger meat, which is like the least creative Epic Mealtime you can think of. But when you're high schoolers with not a ton of excess income and you're using your parents' kitchen, it's a little bit different. You kind of work within whatever bounds you can. Haha, yes, the high school cringe videos. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh yeah, I was looking at some tonight. So like I said, I was looking for photos to put into the scrapbook for this wedding. Watched my old prom video. Ooh, it's bad. I mean, I had a lot. It was clear. It was good that I took it because I look back on that and I see that video and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot all this. It's so good I have this video. But then you like listen to your own voice and you're like, oh my god, who the fuck? Why did people talk to me? Or like Lance, I'm sure you remember that high school Spanish video we did for another friend of ours. It's just us like doing all this random shit in the background. I think I was having a lightsaber fight with somebody. One of our friends was shirtless running around. While like one of these kids in the Spanish class is just like walking across frame, like slowly, and you just see us all in the background. And she's just like mouthing Spanish lyrics. It's bad. But it's good to look back on those. They're fun. You gotta know you were epic quinge back in the day to see how you're peepo pog now. Put that on a poster with like a cat hanging on a wire. Is the music audible, by the way? Or did I turn it too low? I should also start, but we're not going to get through all of Skibidi. It's 2 hours. We were never going to get through all of Skibidi. I will be commenting over it, by the way. Or even pausing a lot. Little quiet. We're only gonna be here for a minute or two anyway, but I'll turn up. Like a whisper. Okay. There you go. Should be better. I wish I could make little like notes on OBS's audio mixer. Be like, here's where audio is good for music. Here's where audio is good for game volume. Yes, I can remember the numbers and do it that way, but I'm not gonna. Better? Thank you. Appreciate the help. If you look back at high school self and think, oh god, I can't believe you used to say shit like that. Bro, I used to have in early high school, late middle school, I used to have a Pac-Man with a mohawk that I painted on my own wall in my room. And next to it, it was just the word Schweet, SCHWEET, in gigantic letters, covering the whole wall. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. What the hell does that mean? What? I told you I found my old forum posts when I was posting on like Sonic forums, my OCs. Everybody's cringe. Everybody's cringe. It's okay. You gotta accept it, especially if you're gonna stream. You're gonna be listening to your own voice all the time. Gotta get used to it. I mean, I hate my voice, but I'll listen to it for hours now. That's just life. Shit, I had more I was gonna say. Hold on, I'm gonna get there. No, it's gone. Them guy online forum posts. Oof. Oof. I was in a Habbo hotel, man. And nobody remembers what the fuck that was. I was probably... the amount of pedophilic adults I was probably talking to without knowing in Habbo Hotel back in those days. Oof. 90s internet. That's just how it is. But you don't understand. They would make rooms with all this furniture that was like a fashion room. And you'd like put clothes on your Habbo and try to look as fucking stylish as you could. And you'd wait in this long line that goes all the way around the room. And it's literally just a bunch of people on their avatars waiting in line. And you go up and there's 4 judges on a seat and they all judge your outfit. And then you either get to sit there and be in the judge's seat and take somebody else's seat if you win. And then you're like the cool guy who runs the room. Or you get fucking kicked out and you gotta leave. It's rough. The world of Habbo Hotel is not easy. And I've been saying that. You ever going to play Bath XL 2? I don't know. I don't know when I would. You know what I mean? That sounds like a Roblox game. It kind of looked like one. Here, let's see if I can show you real quick. Oh, here, I can actually do it an easier way. Here, it might be time for the music to go off. Wait, where's that? Where's my fucking Skibidi? Give me my Skibidi. There we go. YouTube. Here, hold on. Hold on, I gotta find a good video here. Habbo.com, the fashion police. Kick wars. How $30 million was lost in an MMO market crash? Wait, hold on. We might not watch Skibidi tonight. It's alright. Pretty much the same as every other ARPG, but a lot of people we know are playing. I know. Which is funny because that kind of makes me want to play less. With that many people playing? I don't know. I might get into it at some point, but Wilds is coming out in February. I got shit I want to play in January. I just don't know where I'm going to find the time. Maybe we don't watch Skibidi. Oh, it's so loud. Okay. Here, let's see if I can get this working. One of these days I need to drop off the grid and finish 100%ing all the FF games. Yeah, that'll be a good use of your time, for sure. MMO Market Crash, yeah, Habbo Hotel. Why did it not show? Oh, here. God, it's so big. I did not think about this layout, by the way. Where do I... How easy is that to see? Can I make it a little smaller? Are you done with 1 through 6, 7 remake, 8, 9, and 13? Well, then what's left? Alright, so here's what I'll do. I'll do this. I'll react over here. We'll see how this works. If this is kind of hard to see what's happening, let me know. We'll figure something else out. I can go to a different overlay. Let's make sure we got audio.
2020, Habbo, a virtual world for teenagers and young adults, announced that it was releasing a new update called Habbo 2020. As Adobe Flash, the underlying engine of the game, was being discontinued, the Habbo 2020 update promised to transition Habbo into a new Unity client.
There we go.
Habbo's resources, however, were stretched thin, so not all of the features in the Flash client would be present in the new update. The introduction of two-factor authentication, for example, had to be postponed indefinitely until they were able to fix quote-unquote more pressing issues.
Is it really
Instead,
quiet? How?
Habbo was going to use that time to implement some new changes to the game. For the first time in Habbo's history,
I can do this. I can get a little bit
players
closer.
would be able to consistently earn credits, Habbo's premium currency,
that might be better,
through completing quests. To deter gold farming, these credits would be stored away in a newly introduced feature, the Vault.
What would I do without you?
If a player wished to spend these locked credits, they had to pay an 80% withdrawal tax first. Credits
I was far away from it, but usually it picks it up from far away.
That would be stored away in the Vault. Any player with a balance of 500 credits or more would have their newly acquired surplus credits stored in the Vault. Or to put it another way, it was an 80% wealth tax. But Habbo didn't stop there, because they began making a series of rapid-fire
percentages and fucking decimals real quiet
of upcoming changes. A 400% increase in exchange
tax. Quiet streams.
A nearly 6%
that is true.
increase in sales tax.
The fucking audio mixer's lying to me now. I'm like almost in the red when I'm talking, which should mean I'm really loud.
Tax to permanently send your pet on a holiday.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with OBS.
As news of Habbo's plans filtered through to the general public,
this is what it looked like, by the way.
Began to panic.
This is what I was spending all my time doing when I was like, no joke, probably up till I was 16.
As the value of rare items, virtual currency, and entire accounts
look how hideous every person is.
Between May 2020 and January 2021,
they're like how fucking
the gold bar, a
Northern Lion Mies look and fucking
dropped around 65% in value in the black market. On the last day of the Flash client's operation, a player was reportedly trying to sell their thrones, the gold standard of rare items,
can't reach that far,
for 50 credits, around $1.25 at contemporary rates.
This is an insane amount of math, by the way.
Drop from its previous $48 valuation in May 2020. The market crash led to a full-blown economic crisis as spending in the economy ground to a halt.
No way.
In August 2020,
that can't be real.
Players subscribed to its premium membership
$13 million?
Spent an estimated $13.1 million in black market rates on goods and services. Just
this is back in
that figure dropped
2020?
to $2.7
People were still playing this shit in 2020?
80% drop.
Shit. Don't they know Fortnite exists?
It's estimated that the market crash wiped out over $30 million, entirely eliminating Habbo's economic growth during the pandemic. As the economy of Habbo came crashing down,
video's a good volume, right?
Decades of
you can probably hear me over it, but still.
Scamming each other to cover their losses. Tens of thousands of dollars were stolen in a crime wave of casino, cryptocurrency, and black market scams that ruined the reputations of some and the livelihoods of many.
That's a real guy. That's a picture of a real person.
Of Habbo 2020 and how it caused what was possibly the worst market crash.
I was playing this in like the 90s
history.
Or the early 2000s. Anyway, I want to switch to Skibidi, but it's only 24 minutes. I don't know. If you're not finding this video interesting, I'll switch to Skibidi. This is just a big react day.
It was early October when a Brazilian player named Patty reported a bug she encountered
that's cool art.
in the game.
Wait, that's Jinx's
She was making
tattoos.
a room for the upcoming Halloween celebrations when she noticed her room was seemingly shadow banned. For context, when players create their own rooms on Habbo, their rooms show up on the Navigator, a tool which displays active rooms that other players can
You don't walk around the hotel. You go to like the pool to dive off the diving
room
board, the lobby, and then you go to everybody's personal room.
Created her room using Habbo's Builders Club, a premium club whose membership cost $112 a year.
This is not a thing when I
For
played.
that price, users were given the ability to rent furniture to decorate their rooms with, and the ability to create custom architectural designs for their rooms.
You were renting a fictional room?
Back after a person's membership expired.
You were renting the furniture?
Architectures that users created remained, even after expiry. Also, that was the case until October 2020. As it transpired, the developers of Habbo were experimenting with a change that would shadow ban any rooms that had custom architecture.
$112.
While they were testing the feature, they accidentally deployed
once you go Habbo, you can't go back.
But instead of reversing it, Habbo issued a press release stating that, while these changes were made ahead of schedule and without warning, they're here to stay.
That's
Habbo U-turned on their decision 2 days later.
Yeah, no shit.
Apologizing for the lack of notice they gave in making the change.
Actually, these changes are not here to stay. We thought about it for 2 seconds and realized that's dog shit
rooms
stupid.
that were edited using Builders Club would be locked for all visitors, unless, of course, their owners renewed their Builders Club membership. 3 days later, Habbo announced its Vault feature with its de facto 80% wealth tax. However, players had an option to avoid the tax.
Do you think they were like studying like stocks and like the real economy to do this shit?
Their vaults, thereby receiving a permanent tax exemption. The wealth tax, however, wasn't the only thing announced.
You were wealthy enough you could skip taxes, avoid them even.
Small addendum stating
Hell of an
that
idea.
the exchange tax was to be increased
Never
with
heard of it
immediate
before.
effect to quote unquote ensure a smooth transfer to the new system. Credits in a player's purse are illiquid and can't be used in user-to-user trade.
Well, let me make
if
sure
someone wanted to trade their credits with another person, they would have to convert it into physical tradable currency first. The exchange tax was a levy charged by Habbo to convert a player's credits into tradable currency, and it was previously fixed at 1 credit. In other words, to trade 50 credits using a gold bar, a player had to pay a 1 credit levy, making the exchange tax effectively a 2% tax for high-value trades.
This is too much math. I'll be honest, it's losing me.
Any prior notice,
just show me the hobbos.
The levy to 10%,
show me the ugly little gremlins. I don't care about the math.
The exchange tax by 400%. But Habbo still wasn't done, because on the same day, they announced they were making changes to the Habbo Club gifts. Previously, Habbo Club members were given a point for every month of membership, which they could use to redeem for any gifts they wanted.
It's just emojis?
The gift selection changed every year, and if players didn't like the gifts on offer, they could save up their points.
Ooh, that fridge looks good.
Collection.
I would love to have that fridge in my room.
That 2020 would see no new
Zodiac
collection.
statues?
Habbo announced that it was going to wipe out everyone's points for the update, and urged every Habbo Club member to redeem all of the points they currently had. And what was the gift selection on offer? 12 floating, unwearable masks. One user made their displeasure known by taking a screenshot of their annoyed avatar holding a skull emoji sign next to the nearly 90 masks they bought. Another user inquired,
why would they not just keep the other
can we
fucking...
have some good stuff to exchange them for?
Jesus Christ.
I didn't want 60 masks when they were released, and
it's
I
insane
sure
to be like, alright, spend them all now. Here's
one player simply replied, 114 points. If you're wondering, that's 9.5 years worth of points. In November 2020, Habbo announced a change to the marketplace, an in-game store run by Habbo themselves.
Game developers just not realizing how much their currency translates to real-life time.
Stores. Specifically, it was introducing a 10% operation fee, charging sellers upfront for listing their items in
If this says like 1 more percentage,
I
might fall asleep.
If an item didn't sell within 48 hours, then the seller took the loss, and according to Habbo, that was a sign that the seller should have set a quote, fairer price. When it became clear that the operation fee would obliterate the marketplace, as no rational seller would ever pay a non-refundable fee to use it, Habbo U-turned and announced it was abolishing the operation fee. Instead, it would increase the existing sales tax, which was at 1%.
This sounds like people figuring out like a fucking
10 to
market,
60%.
but like on the fly,
for the highest value,
like no real planning.
Habbo was increasing the sales tax,
just like making changes, then being like, "Oh, that one didn't work. Okay, we'll do this."
Tax that high, there was a risk that players would avoid using the marketplace in favor of user-to-user trade. So Habbo thought one step ahead. It was going to make the new sales tax mandatory, and it was going to do that by abolishing user-to-user trade entirely.
What?
A game feature responsible for moving $500 million worth of
That's insane. That's like
year,
how you play. That's like what most of the people care about doing in the game.
Private shop owners weren't the only ones screwed by the abolition of trading. as trading was also
It's
used
just
to give
like
out
they
items and
didn't think
coins
about
away,
how their game works
fan
at
sites
all.
and charities could no longer give out free prizes. Corporations would go
This shit is
bankrupt as
wild.
employees would be unable to pay the salaries of their employers, and yes, I phrased that correctly. In response to these concerns, Habbo announced it was introducing a credit donation tool in lieu of trading.
I thought that was a good idea,
Players,
Holy.
by paying a
I don't think they were
donation tax
thinking
of
all
1
too much.
credit, would be able
They're
to
like,
donate
what
up
changes
to
can we
9
make to make
credits
sure
at a
people still
time
spend
to
money on our
another
game
player.
that we're probably going to
When the
sell
fan site
eventually
Habbox
anyway?
crunched the figures, it found that the over $6,500 it was spending every year on charitable events would incur an additional donation tax of $1,400. While Habbo was busy ramming new taxes into the game, including the aforementioned 5 credit tax to send your pet on a permanent holiday, it was struggling to patch the myriad of gameplay glitches that rendered the Unity client borderline unplayable. Beta testers...
Sorry. I looked at my phone for a second. Did they just talk about a fee to send one of your pets to the farm? What? Oh, you want to get rid of your pet? We'll take him for you. We'll take him to a nice farm with ice cream and lollipops, and oh, they'll get pet every day. But you got to pay us. Oh my god, that's so funny.
The Habbo 2020 test client reportedly flagged
I think we're too committed at this point. I think we finish this video, then just watch how much of Skibidi we can.
As the game developers scrambled to resolve these bugs, Habbo began ditching features left and right. Two-factor authentication and direct messages were being deferred indefinitely. Room moderation tools for non-owners were being eliminated entirely.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Leading to situations where players were spamming the headquarters of corporations with impunity, demanding payment in order for them to stop. To say that players were upset about the changes would be an understatement.
Having an Arthur meme is so good in any context.
Complaining about the update, the markets were busy.
Nothing makes me happier than seeing Arthur clenching his dumb little aardvark fist.
The black market price for gold bars had already been dropping.
If somebody let you dance with them on the dance floor, you were like, "Oh fuck, dude, I'm in."
Speculated that Habbo was going to announce.
Of course, they were like
also
a 16-year-old guy when you were a 16-year-old guy, but that didn't matter.
However, few investors were prepared for the extent to which Habbo was willing to go in order to destroy the black market for good. To understand how these changes would have destroyed the black market, we first have to understand how a typical sale works.
No, please
stop. When a player wishes to purchase coins illicitly from a seller, either through a Discord marketplace or an auction website.
Oh my god, every Habbo is so hideous.
Once the seller verifies that a purchase has been made, they will trade the buyer a low-valued limited edition rare.
Wait, what the fuck is that? I want that.
As the name suggests, LTDs are limited in quantity, and each one has a special ID attached.
Yo, this dude gave me an LTD.
The buyer would be instructed to list that LTD on the marketplace for the specific amount of credits that they have purchased. The seller would then purchase their item back, paying Habbo a 1% marketplace fee in the process. The reason why an LTD is used in the first place, as opposed to an ordinary item, is purely practical.
I'm sorry, what? So is that not just effectively a trade? And like trading back but losing money in the process? Am I crazy? So you sell it to the guy, you give him money for an LTD, then they sell the LTD on the market for the price that they bought it for?
As the marketplace doesn't display the names of its sellers, the unique IDs of every rare, which are shown in the marketplace, allow the seller to easily identify the buyer. By announcing their intention to abolish all user-to-user trades and an introduction of a mandatory 10 to 60% sales tax, Habbo threatened to kill the black
I just dressed up in pretty clothes and had people roast me online.
The only ones to be
this
fucking
Wolf of Wall Street shit was happening in the background. I had no idea.
User trade was the driver.
Look, this is one of the fashion rooms.
Of transactions
has to
in
be.
The game. Forget the black market. Players began to realize that there wasn't going to be an economy left by the time Habbo 2020 launched. So
sell all your Habbo stock.
Their assets, selling tens of thousands of dollars worth of virtual currency.
Oh, but you could have used any better asset of falling money there.
One user dumped 250,000 credits the moment Habbo announced its Habbo 2020 update. Another
that's like a very cool looking character though.
Sold a similar
and that is not a very cool looking character. Sell, sell, sell. Buy, 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 buy. Sell, sell, sell.
Bars before the announcement, she would have
buy
been
your
able
Talk
to
2
sell
coin now.
credits for over $14,000. Habbo's sudden and seemingly capricious changes to the game, such as the increase in exchange tax and the temporary disabling of the
Tag yourself. I'm the guy with the beard and the pot belly.
The panic was so pronounced in Habbo Brazil, the community manager felt the need to intervene by giving a media interview, insisting that user-to-user trades weren't being removed, but were instead
It's a mini
being
stock
modified,
market.
and that users
it's a mini
should calm
market
down about the update.
They need to stop making
To
fucking
entice
like
players to return to the
markets
game,
in fucking
in
video
January
games, man.
2021, Habbo released a limited edition rare,
It's so
the Lavish
wild.
Perfume, a tax-exempt 750 credit currency item.
It's exempt.
But instead of purchasing them as a collectible, as Habbo intended,
I was gonna be that guy.
players began using them as a way to engage
Nah, so sorry,
in
I'm the pot belly
tax-free
guy.
gambling. Soon,
That room's
reports
sick.
filtered in of fake casinos being set up by scammers, staffed with alt accounts impersonating well-known, reputable players. Other users, sensing that the end of Habbo was nigh, began cashing in on their hard-earned reputation by pulling off exit scams in the black markets. As an underground industry, buyers and sellers in
I mean,
the
how
black
does this
market
ever
suffered
translate to
from a
real
lack
money?
of legal protections.
You know what I mean?
Official middlemen,
I guess you could
OMMs,
sell the
were
account,
players
but
who
nobody's
acted
buying an
as
account at that
escrows
point,
between
right?
buyers and sellers, holding sold items until sellers confirmed that they received payment from the buyer. Rules differed depending on which market you were in.
It's so
but in
funny to
general,
be talking
players
about
had to
like all
cultivate
these
years of
complex
trust,
economic things, and there's a
making
guy in
thousands
like
of
a
trades,
flaming
gathering
t-shirt and like
positive
puka
endorsements
shell
from
necklace
other
right there.
OMMs, and in some cases revealing their own real-life
They're
identities
so
before
idiots.
becoming an OMM
Every character on
themselves.
screen is so ugly.
Notwithstanding occasional corruption,
It's a rug pull
OMMs
before crypto.
provided a crucial lifeline to the black market by providing consumer and business confidence.
I just
to
don't know what they're
market
getting
that
out of doing
otherwise
these
offered
scams,
no
right?
legal protection.
Like, how does it become
So
real
when
money again?
reports surfaced that an OMM had thrown years of community trust under the bus by going on a $7,000 scamming spree, in one case scamming a single user out of $3,000, the markets went into an even greater frenzy. Buyers and sellers were now on their own to avoid a crime wave involving tens of thousands of dollars that was gripping the
Guy
black
Fieri
market.
scamming people online.
As one anguished user wrote
Guy
in mid-November, the community is killing this game. 3 scammers, 2 weeks, 1 OMM scam. As mentioned at the start of the video, an estimated $30 million was wiped out from the Habbo economy, a figure that doesn't include expenditures from non-Habbo club members. Spending fell by nearly 80% between August 2020 and February 2021. But spending didn't zero out during the market crash. Even
might need
by
to open my other
December,
White Claw
when
for
the
this.
value
This
of
shit is
credits
wild.
effectively halved, Habbo club members still spent an estimated
How close
$5.5
are we to the end?
million on
There's
goods
fucking
and services.
8 minutes
We've
left?
talked about the sellers, so now it's time to talk about the buyers.
We're only gonna have 45 minutes to watch Skibidi Toilet. Fuck, man. Damn it.
The crash of the Habbo
gonna be
black
such a short
market
stream,
wasn't
and I'm
a
sorry.
disaster for everyone. With exchange rates for credits at unprecedented lows, some players decided to cash
Oh, you know what I
in.
forgot to do? Hold on. I forgot to announce I'm streaming on Blue Sky. Stream now. Watching market crash Habbo hotel into Skibidi. Don't ask. Post link to Twitch. And there you go. You want to know how to make a successful Blue Sky post? It's just like that. It's gonna get like 2 likes. Guaranteed. Where the fuck is this?
And buy voluminous numbers of virtual currency and assets. One group of these players were known as whales, players who spent hundreds,
Creative name.
if not thousands of dollars every month on the game. Whales
Never heard
can
it
spend
before.
that much money for various reasons. Corporate owners need liquidity to pay for salaries
Look
and
at this
expand
shit.
business operations.
They would get so creative with the
Fan sites and
rooms. They would make like
nonprofits need
maze
coins to
rooms
give
or
as
like
handouts to
obstacle
poor,
course
desperate
rooms.
Habbos. Many whales resort to
Look
the
at that
black
shit.
market for 2 reasons.
You like go
Firstly,
there and then
the
you have to
black
dodge
market
all the
is
right.
simply
You're playing like
cheaper.
DDR.
Before the market
pointing
crash,
at the wrong side
players
of
were
the screen.
able to
Fuck.
buy around 1.5 times as many credits as the official Habbo store. Secondly, the black market has no spending limit.
Okay.
For US players,
I'm thinking about it now.
Habbo
I did
imposed
spend a lot of
monthly
money on this
spending
game back in the
limit
day.
of $360 a month.
Not like
For
this.
some players,
This wasn't around.
that isn't enough to cover their monthly in-game expenses. One such player was Giant Eye, the founder of a project called Hab City, a conglomerate of automatically run games and giveaways. According to Giant Eye themselves, Hab City was hemorrhaging money. While it generated around 20,000 credits in revenue from the sale of VIP memberships, it was reportedly spending over 235,000
That's not a good system, bud.
$14,000 in the span of just 3 months.
Why did you keep
So
it
to
up?
fund the continued operation and expansion of Hab City, Giant Eye turned to the black market. He claimed that for the month of December 2020 alone, he purchased $3,800 worth of credits. Giant infrastructure projects weren't the only reasons why some players bought into
Buy
the
some
crash.
alcohol.
Another group of
Get
players,
a good movie.
the collectors, bought in for
That's
reasons
not bleeding
of
out,
nostalgia
Kip.
and
That's
prestige.
fucking
Players were able to
in a
fulfill
pile of blood on the
childhood
floor
dreams
already.
of amassing huge quantities of
20K
credits
to
and rares at a fraction
235,000?
of the cost, inducting them into Forbes-style rich lists like the Coin Club, and entering the elite class of the Habbo aristocracy, or what was left of it anyway. The final group of players that bought in were the investors, the players
There's
who
that fucking
disagreed
witch
with
hat
the
guy
mainstream
again.
consensus
This has
that
to be the
Habbo
guy
was
making this
intentionally
video,
trying to
going
jump
into
off a
these
cliff.
rooms to get footage.
For example,
That
one
black
player
shirt witch hat
suggested that
guy.
Habbo's introduction of one-time payments, like the $6 wealth tax exemption, showed Habbo was trying to squeeze the last pennies out of the game before shutting it down.
It's a podcast.
While many in Habbo agreed with this assessment, a small minority of sources
I can't believe so many people are still
had a
paying attention to
different
this
view.
game.
They argued that
Video games
Habbo's
are magic,
intention
man.
wasn't to commit
Never
economic
change.
suicide. It was to enter into negotiations with its player base. Hikes in exchange tax, sales tax, etc. were attempts by Habbo to make an outrageous maximalist bid from the start. By quote-unquote
I cannot follow this.
compromising with a more moderate proposal, Habbo would be able to implement the true changes it wanted all along, and its player base would self-congratulate itself for seemingly making Habbo yield. This wasn't Habbo's first rodeo with player protests either. In 2010, when Habbo introduced the exchange tax for the first time, protests broke
I
out.
forgot how there was like
Players
a even
threatened to
more
hold
zoomed out
a
view.
purchase strike, which would
These all
have
look like fucking
paralyzed the
soulless,
economy.
like
In the words of Habbo's lead
they
designer,
look like the little
that strike was busted
creatures
the moment
in
they launched
Princess
something cool to
Mononoke,
buy.
or not Spirited Away.
That
The
cool
like
thing
shaking
was
head
VIP
ones.
status, an upgraded version of the Habbo Club, which included swathes of new clothing choices, twice
How
as
are
many
there
gifts
5
every month,
minutes left?
and a limited exemption from the marketplace sales tax. In 2016, when Habbo doubled the monthly cost of Habbo Club membership and forced users to pay real-life money for it, protests broke out again. The introduction
will
of the
not
Habbo
tolerate
Club
your
payday
shit.
scheme, which included giving
Down with
players
the
a number
fucking,
of credits depending on how long they
oligarchy.
possessed membership,
Eat the
along
rich.
with a 10% rebate for all
Said a
in-game
guy,
purchases,
you know,
killed
purple
off
witch hat.
those protests. By buying the dip, the investors took a
That's me.
massive gamble
Right there. Guy
that
in the
it will
yellow-
happen again.
Guy in the yellow
Habbo
shirt, he
would
disappeared.
quell the
He was bald.
protests, users would come back, and they'd be able to make a handsome profit.
Chapter 3. 4, I mean. Oh shit. Half part of the video's
On
been
the
off screen
16th
this
of
whole time.
January 2021, when Habbo ended user-to-user trading, Quackity raided Habbo with his viewers, encouraging them to protest with hashtag #NotMyHabbo. Thousands of players,
Quackity, I
including
cannot believe
veterans,
that.
rallied around his banner,
Yeah, that'd be better.
demanding it reverse the Habbo 2020 update. Calls for boycotts were emboldened. It was a hashtag Habbo 2020 revolution. On the 4th of February, Habbo announced it was reducing marketplace
Take all the
fees.
devs of Habbo
You've
Hotel
made
and put
your
them under
feelings clear
guillotines.
about the current fees paid when selling
Down
on
with
the
their heads.
marketplace,
Off with their
particularly in
heads.
the
Or
medium to high range. So based
Some
on your
with their heads.
feedback, we're going to reduce them significantly. What was previously a 39% sales tax for a 60,000 credit item was now going to be
I'm sorry, this background music?
9.5%. At
Kind of a bop.
last, Solarke is coming to terms with how devastating these changes are, judging by the implosion of online users, commented one user. Credit where credit
Hold on. I can't ever get over the way that like video game players talk when like something dramatic is happening in their video game. We warned. We pleaded. They chose not to listen. Called our bluff that we would leave. The damage has already been done, I'm afraid. Sorry. We're not coming back. Bro, it's Habbo Hotel.
judging by the
Go
implosion
outside.
of online
Just
users,
just once.
commented one user. Credit where credit is due.
I mean, I get it.
This is a step in the right direction.
You invested your life
and
in
the
this,
percentage
but
fees
still.
associated with the item price are much fairer than before, another commented. 1 week later came the big announcement. We're bringing back Flash. The old marketplace, room moderation tools,
We're back,
and
baby.
user-to-user trading were being
We thought it was
brought back.
Jover, but we're so
An
back.
economic recovery soon followed, and the price of gold
Look at all those
bars and rares
balds.
on the black market stabilized.
Market's back,
to
everyone's
pre-crash
bald.
levels. In March 2021,
Yes.
to entice players to return to the game, Habbo released the Brown Dragon Lamp, a recolored version of one of its most popular rares, and gave them out for free to every player that logged in that month. But just like the lavish perfume that came before it,
Please.
players
It's so
used
low
them
res.
in ways that Habbo didn't exactly account for. In this case,
so
a hacker
bald.
reportedly breached the accounts of around 95,000 inactive players
happened?
to obtain as many
What
Brown
made
Dragon
everybody
maps
so
as
bald?
they could. Using a dozen storage accounts, the
Oh, that's
Brown
actually
Dragon
perfect timing
maps
for the
were
ads.
laundered using a
It'll
series
happen like
of
right
trades
after this video.
before ending in the hands of wholesalers, shop
We'll wait
owners,
3 minutes and start Skibidi.
marketplace
Watch as much of it
merchants
as we
were
can.
none the wiser.
I'm gonna get
In
about
total,
40
the
minutes
hacker
of it.
and their accomplice reportedly made $7,600 from their
Bald,
enterprise.
bald. I need to make
selling
another
a
bald
total
emote.
of
I got so many emotes to
190,000
make.
credits at below market rates. Hindsight is 2020. When I asked Grasping how she felt after selling off 250,000 credits for only $7,000, she admitted she sold off her virtual assets at the absolute minimum price she could have asked for, but she herself had no regrets. I couldn't take a chance on what was essentially most of my real-life net worth, she explained. She wasn't
That's
the
so
only
sad,
one.
man.
Source after source I talked to echoed the same
Not my
sentiments.
Habbo.
Selling credits on Habbo was their livelihood. Many of them
The
couldn't
computer
take the
is
risk
lagging and
that
it's so
some
hot.
investors bet
I love
everything
these
on.
messages.
Habbo has since moved on from the 2020 market crash, gradually regaining the goodwill it lost.
Wait,
with
it's
its
still
player base.
around?
In June 2024, for example,
No way.
Habbo released Habbo Origins, a 2005
You're
version
fucking
of the
kidding
game
me.
that cashed in on that old school nostalgia. So while Habbo 2020 didn't bring Habbo to an end, what must end is this video.
Alright, well, that's... I'll be honest, not the best ending. Alright. We'll switch to Skibidi now. Well, let me do this. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and run these ads real quick. Quick 3 minutes ads. Then we go into Skibidi. Yep. So sorry. Kip, you're still here, because you subscribed. Isn't that cool? Give me 1 second. Oh, you can see my mouse on the screen. I'm looking at other stuff. I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking at. Let's see. Dude, it's a slow night for everybody right now. Checking around on everybody else streaming. There's so many people streaming too, by the way. Holy shit. Secret stuff. Nah, I'm just checking. I'm just checking things. I have a commission I was working on or waiting on getting an answer from. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, another 2 minutes of ads. Okay. Need a palette cleanser. What can we watch? I got an idea.
Fortnite Battle Pass. I just shit out my ass, booted up my PC, cause I need to get that Fortnite Battle Pass. I like Fortnite, did I mention Fortnite? I like Fortnite, it's nighttime, I mean it's 5 o'clock, that's basically nighttime. Now I remember Cartoon Network, Adventure Time. Fortnite Battle...
Classic. Absolute banger. Now how about this? Oh, okay, hey, so just a forewarning for this song. It's gonna get bad. But don't worry, it has 47 million views. Mining away. Just know that he's a beautiful voice. See? Clearing the throat.
Alright guys. I'm doing Take On Me now. Alright. I really like this song. It sounds good. Mining away. I don't know what to mine. I'll mine this anyway. In this Minecraft day, so beautiful. Further down. What's that I found? Mine diamond. to mine with my Minecraft pickaxe and
Oh, you just don't see good art nowadays. Oh my god. Oh, he's gonna be big. When was this made? Oh fuck, it was 8 years ago. He's probably in college. Oh, funny how Mozart's been real quiet since this dropped. I swear to God, old people say that like the new shit is not funny or like that Skibidi's bad or whatever. Dude, look at this. I mean, this is 8 years old, but that's still relatively new compared to the shit people are still thinking back on. Skibidi Toilet at this point is like probably over 2 years old, maybe? Year old? All right, let's watch some Skibidi, huh? I don't know how many episodes we're going to get. It's 2 hours long. But let me tell you, if you think Skibidi is surface level, you got another thing fucking coming, buddy. It's deep as hell. There's a whole story to focus on here. So that was First Contact. Have you ever seen what the fuck is that movie with Hawkeye where aliens come to Earth and they speak in smoke and pictures? It's like The Descent. It's not The Descent. It's fucking what's it called? Wrong. There is so much lore. There is. I'm telling you. Nobody gets it. Now there's 2. That's scary. Now here's the first big one. And look at them, they're campaigning. You just ran somebody over. This is an invasion. They're invading now. Nowhere is safe, not even a restaurant. There's little tiny ones. They got multiple different units. I love that they still have like the thing where the toilet connects to the wall. This is like the big... Look, now all the big ships are coming. This is the beginning of the end, you know? So this is just like a... They're just vibing now that they've invaded, you know? Now this one's important. I need you to focus. Anybody who's here, I need you to focus. This one starts a chain reaction. Did you fucking see that? There? Behind the toilet? They can be killed. We can fight back. I thought all was lost. But they're pissed. They're real pissed. Now this is the entry of... What are they called? They're like the TV heads or something. I forget what their name is. But these... If the Skibidi Toilets are the Sith, these are the Jedi. And they're here to help. They're definitely a lot more organized. Oh, they're mourning the first martyr. See? Ooh. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of the guerrilla war. They've taken out over the planet enough to establish their own police system here. Do you know how much of an invasion, how much we need to have lost for them to be able to establish a fucking police force here? It's over. We already lost. That's why it's guerrilla warfare from here on out with the TV heads or the camera heads or whatever. Which, by the way, I think the implication is that all these videos that you're seeing are being recorded by one of the camera heads. I know. It's crazy. There's the martyr. He's the Jesus Christ. We got him again. Blackhawk down, boys. This doesn't get old, you know? It sounds so good. Alright, now there's new units specifically crafted to come back the way that they're being killed. My hero. Alright, listen, some people have characters that they always like simp for. Like mark out over. Where is he? Let me see him again. Let me see my hero. My boy, my son. Damn it. Hold on. We'll see him again. That's just straight up pulled out of Half-Life. It's a full-on war at this point, by the way. It's no longer a guerrilla war. They got one of the big ships. I love that they're doing the classic Fortnite dance. Look, there's a brown one. Baba Booey. Does that kill them? Ooh. That's actually kind of scary. He full on pushed him off the building. Holy shit. These toilets aren't fucking around. Do they know it's a fucking mole? Oh, it's getting real scary. Oh, now they're having a rally. A spy, yeah. I think they took one over and converted it. God damn. Yeah, of course it's not gonna work. Oh my god, it didn't kill like any of them. Holy fuck, they're really advancing. God damn. Terrifying. There's the Rambo Skibidi toilet. Here he is. My boy. My son. Let me see him again. Big TV head. Yes. Thumbs up. I love him. Look at him go. Big camera head, I should say. He's a fucking badass. He's their Superman. He beat the fucking Cerberus. Give me the thumbs up. What the fuck? The spider legs are scary? I know, right? They are. I don't blame you. Ooh. This is like the big guy. Camera head. No. No, 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 no. Okay. He got away. It's okay. Oh, is a prisoner? Tell us where the files are. Oh, he was calling out to him. God damn. He's always leading the charge. He's unbelievably powerful. Though, like, fucking G-Man Skibidi toilet. He's terrifying. Wait. He can't be killed. Did you see that? He can't be killed the same way the other Skibidi toilets are. Holy fuck, dude. That's wild. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, they're fixing their big man. Oh no. Skibidi, 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 skibidi. Just the disrespectful slaps into the flush. This guy. Okay, so this is the start of a whole new chapter of Skibidi Toilet, by the way. This is like, we've gone from like Rambo or to like war movies to like fucking Fargo and like espionage movies. These guys, they're crazy. And they got fucking moves. Sound weapons. Holy shit. This guy's wild. Oh. Holy shit. This guy's a fucking nut job. I want the thumbs up again. I miss it. Yes! He's back. They've upgraded him. Look at him. He's got speakers now instead of a fucking cameras. Thumbs up. That's my boy. That's my son. Skibidi, 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 skibidi. Holy fuck, dude. It's such a close war. Could really be. Ooh, this one has a fedora. I'd be a little bit scared. Is he teaching him espionage? There was a secret meeting there. So now the war is definitely on the speakerhead side. Like, Daddy needs his juice. Like the Skibidi toilets are on the outs right now. What the fuck is that? Uh-oh. Skibidi toilets are messing with new tech. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Jesus. No. Run. No. No, what are they doing to him? No. Not our soldiers. Those are our men. Ours. Forced to kill your own brothers in arms? That's dark. That's fucking tragic. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me check 1 second. I had a feeling. No. People I respect are here watching me react to Skibidi Toilet. Anyway. I'm not invested. You're invested. No. The double agent. Brother, we'll save you. We'll get you out of this hell. Never mind. Wow, they've converted a lot. The fact that the cameras are like broken on the front is like fucked up. It's like full zombie status. Oh my god, and they have more weapons. They're so fucking advanced. But at least we have good taste in music. Get him. Fuck him up. No, 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 no. No, no, no. 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 You can't do this to my boy. That's my son. Big stereo head is my son. Do not convert him. One last thumbs up. No. No, 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 no. It's fucking over, man. We lost. The Skibidi Toilets win. How do you beat G-Man, Skibidi Toilet, and Radiohead? Or Stereohead? You just can't. They stole my son from me. They stole my son! And they're making these fucking nightmare monstrosities. The war's turned again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Figure it out. We can save our brothers? It's possible? Oh my god. Not all is lost. No. You have to take the weapon out of there. That's our last hope. Ooh, more handheld versions. Yes, dude. Yes. Look at him skipping. Oh my god. We're bringing our soldiers home. Ooh, now we mobilize the weapon. I don't know what you do about that one. He's just dead, right? Yeah. That's like a tough one to kill. Yeah, he's got like a full flusher. Do you not just flush him still? No. My son. Save my son. Come on. Damn it. Fuck. Into kicks. I forgot about the television heads. This is chapter like 4, basically. There's a whole new era of the war again. Television heads are wild. They're sick nasty. Look, they freeze him in place. Free to flush. Paralyze your enemies in fear. They're upgrading. Ooh, smile. I'm a nice guy, smile. The city is fucked, by the way. The city's been on fire like the last 10 episodes. Look at them. Wow, they don't even need to pull their plugs anymore. Smile. It's getting a cheekier smile. Big TV head. That's the IMAX sound, of course. So loud they flush themselves. That's wild. I just realized, like, people in the restaurants were, like, sitting on, like, gotta be, like, 30 episodes back now, but in the restaurants, they were sitting on toilets. Did they just turn the corpses of Skibidi toilets into, like, furniture? It's a little twisted. But, like, I don't know. You gotta go where you gotta go, right? Okay. Check the links. God, this is gonna be such a short stream. But that's okay. Oh my god, there were still first generation turned soldiers? TV heads make them fight each other. What does that mean? No. They got sunglasses. Fuck. Happens. Disappear into smoke? That is wild. Big TV head can still get him. He's so good. He's so fucking slick with it. No. Upgrades. It goes through the sunglasses. Wow. Why, man? I'm about to end. Alright. God damn it. Doc Ock Skibidi toilet. Smile. Brown. Some squats for the road. Nasty little guy. Yeah. Yeah, in 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I'll stop the video, I'll do my 10 squats, and then we'll raid out. If that, I don't know. Yeah, we can raid out. Typically don't like to raid out at less than 10, but... Not like numbers matter, but I don't know. Something about like... Never mind. It's a bad opinion to have. I'm wrong. Smoke. Mine in the way. I don't know what. What the fuck is this now? They've gone like full monstrosity to beat the TV heads. Like that's not even a toilet anymore. Let's do it. 270 one person streamer. I'm sure they'd still be grateful. Yeah, I mean, of course. I'm not saying it's not like it's a good thing to do. It's just some dumb fairy I have in my brain. I'll still do it. There's G-Man Skibidi, so there's gotta be something going on here. If G-Man, there's no way G-Man Skibidi toilet dies. There's just no way. Yep, I knew it. No! It got TV head. He's fucking gone. You just think some heroes will never die, you know? You think they'll make it to the end. It just doesn't fucking matter. Alright, I'll do some fucking sad crying squats and we'll raid out. Fine. Turn the music back on. Not TV head. If you get it. There's no room back here to do squats. Why did I make this redeem? Like, literally no room to do squats back here. Probably because, like, 10 push-ups is, like, way worse. Right, let's see what I can do. I just have a dumpy, man. Send the hips back, not just put the butt down, you know? Back. Go to, like, 90 degrees. Adjusted deadlifts today, too. So this hurts extra bad. I need to move the walk pad behind me is what I need to do. This is not a flattering jacket. But I'm still fucked up over TV head. How could they do that to my boy? My second son. They fucking killed him, man. I understand. Here's the thing, alright? A lot of VTubers have like 10 squats and shit. Because they're goddamn models. Can't see if their form is bad. And I'm not dissing VTubers, I'm just saying I'm under a fucking bigger magnifying glass. Alright, let's find somebody to raid out to. Sorry for the short stream tonight. We'll see if the one on Sunday will be longer. It's just doing 40-hour weeks, doing commissions. I'm trying to like make stuff for stream, have a fucking life outside of all of that too. It's just a lot of balancing. But I appreciate anybody who's here for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Let's find somebody. Let's see here. You know what? Let's just raid out to Vanefi. Vanefi, I'm about, I just put in a commission request form too. She's a fantastic artist. She's on VGen, go commissioner. Also a friend of mine. Very nice person. Very funny when she gets a chance to be, but usually she just does chill streams where she draws or plays the finals. But yeah, we'll raid into her. And yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Goodbye forever now. Goodbye forever. Goodbye forever.